Hey everyone, welcome to a juicy news breakdown here on Sotopop. Alright, as always, I'm your host Frozen Stratos, and today, well, we have quite a bit of news to get to, so much so that we're going to be having to break up the news into two videos. In the next video, we're going to be talking about the Sentai stuff, but in this video, we're talking about everything that came out of the Kamen Rider Candy Toy news blog. And, I mean, you can see it here. We were teased that we were going to be getting Chronicle this week, and that we did, and obviously it was just going to be some more Gaim. So let's take a look at the two sets that they did reveal for us. First up, in this very first set, we have Kurakage, which is great. We also have Knuckle, Gaim Pineapple, and Gaim Strawberry, or Ichigo, whatever you want to call it. Either way, the blog didn't have too many, big pictures, but there were a few things to note about these releases, so let's dive right into those. So first off, the Kurakage is going to have extra stickers to turn him into the Kurakage Trooper. Now, it doesn't give you any extra bodies to make the extra troopers with, so you're sort of SOL on that, especially since this is going to be part of the entire 4-pack. But, you know, at least there's the option. Speaking of options, you could also turn it into the Kurakage Shin. They give you the extra spear piece, and they give you the extra belt piece to turn it into this version. Now, this one is from the Gaim soccer movie, which, strange thing to say, but yeah, it comes from that movie, and I believe this is Pekko's form, so you can recreate that here. Unfortunately, once again, you're gonna have to choose because they don't give you enough bodies to make all of this stuff. And in this shot, it is evident that there are pegs on the sides of these figures that probably shouldn't be here. This mold is likely a remold of the Gaim body, and the Gaim body did have those extra holes on the side, so that might be why there are these extra ones here that just don't get used for any version of the Kurakage. Now, I say it's a slight remold because there is no diamond pattern put into the suit, which is accurate, which is perfectly fine and accurate. So this works out. Either way, you know, it's disappointing that those are there, especially since this is a premium item, but we'll live. Anyway, next up, this is everything that it comes with. I just wanted to show this off, so just to let you know, of course, we are not getting all those extra things, but we are getting, extra belt pieces for the different versions of Kurakage Trooper, so it's not going to be just sticker detail. It is going to be extra belt options, though you are going to have to choose which strap you're going to be putting around the figure. Either yellow for standard Kurakage or silver for Kurakage Shin and or the Kurakage Trooper. Anyway, that's it for this guy. Let's move into Knuckle. Now, they didn't really have much to say on this figure, and also they're using that same base body with the extra holes on the side, but that's fine. Here is what we got from the calendar and also the listing, the Premium Bandai listing, and we can see that, hey, he has 4 sets of hands here, whereas the Kurakage only showed 6 sets of hands on the side with the 2 just on the figure. So 8 total. 8 total sets of hands is what I'm saying here. Now, there was speculation that the fists on this guy were going to be separate accessories that you pegged into hands, but with what we're seeing here, I'm inclined to believe that the hands are just going to be extra swaps, because you are getting the extra sets of hands, and then on top of that, you have the fists there. This might have just been a way for them to show that he does also have those versions of the hands, and this is an accessory that you plug into the hand, but I'm willing to believe that maybe there is a way to peg this into the ball joint via a ball joint in the actual accessory itself. So I'm not 100% sure. This is just speculation on my end, mostly because they didn't give us too much information on him. The only other thing to note is that there is a little bit of black missing on his chest, and since this is a premium item, I really hope that at some point during this development, they are able to put that extra paint in there, or at least sticker. At least sticker it up, please. Anyway, that is it for him. Let's move into the Gaim figures, and this is Pine, and they wanted to make note that yes, this is the very first time that we are going to be getting string on a Shodo figure, so that's really cool. You can plug the end into the back of his hand to make it look like it's connected, if that's what you want to do. And also, this is everything that he comes with, nothing too special here. Something to note about this one and the strawberry version is that there are extra bodies in there for this. This isn't just the armor, you do get the extra bodies, so that's really cool. I appreciate that. I also appreciate that we have here the Ichigo arms, or the strawberry arms. Now, in this picture, you can see that there are two kunai here, and on top of that, in this next picture, we have the tripled up kunai that we saw in the huge accessory set from Gaim 3, from Chronicle Gaim 3. So all three of those separate accessories are going to be included with this guy. It was up in the air whether or not he'd have one or two kunai, but he has all of the accessories there. So that's really cool. Very happy with the look of this thing. And yeah, that's it. So these guys all come out at the same time for the same price as the very next set. So I'll get to that information once we finish up that. But this is everything that comes in the Kamen Rider Kurakage, Kamen Rider Knuckle, and Arms set, I believe was the whole thing. I may have swapped a few names around, but yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. Not really something fun like Genesis Rider set, just sort of it is what it is. Anyway, that's it for these guys. Like I said, we do have a second set, which is going to have 4 more characters, so let's take a look at that with Bravo. We have Bravo in this second set, and oh man, this figure looks so good. We'll get into that in a bit. Also in this set is Dongari, Greedon, Ornak, Acorn, whatever you want to call it. Whatever subs that you had watched called it, that is this guy. That is this guy. It's Hase's friend. I don't remember his actual... Junoichi. This is Junoichi. I'm going to say that name from now on, because I don't want to decide Acorn, Ornak, or whatever. You get it. Either way, this looks great. Let's move on into the next figure in this set. Baron Mango Arms. You know me. I gotta have this Mango Arms. I have to. So this is a really cool looking figure. And lastly in this set is Ryugen Kiwi Arms. Those swords are not looking too good, or not swords, but those circle looking thingies are not looking too great, but I am glad that this is here. So let's take a deeper dive into these figures. Bravo, first off, is going to come with both of the swords, obviously, and has this very nice lime green. Something I really like about this figure is the way that this is molded, I guess. If you take a look at the mold direction of the shoulder pads, that was a very ingenious way to make it look like they're all moving in separate directions, like all the spikes are all pointed in separate directions. But if you take a closer look, you can see that you know, the spikes are all aligned in one direction just because of the way that it's molded. So it's like molded at an angle. I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining this. Just keep in mind, very happy with the look of this thing. Something that I haven't heard too much chatter about, but I really want to highlight is the silver and the metallic purple on this. I really hope it ends up looking this good. Like I said, these are pre-production images though, so we don't know fully if production is able to give us something like this, but I really hope they can. Anyway, moving on from Bravo, we have the Junoichi figure, is what I'm calling it, and something that really tripped a lot of people up, and is tripping me up a lot, is that he comes with an extra belt. Or an extra belt buckle. And I have no idea what it's for. No one else knows what it's for. This is the highest res image I could get. This came from the Candy Toy calendar, and it is the same resolution as the actual premium Bandai listing for this figure. But I can't tell what that second belt is. The only thing that is crossing my mind is the belt with the Orin lock seat on it when he, you know, opened up the lock seat and it was a fake one built by Bravo. That's really it. I don't know what else that this could be for. Now, there's also another feature of these two figures that I don't think that this belt is pointing to, but you are able to, with extra stickers for the eyes, swap each of the armors into Gaim. So that's really cool. You get basically different armors here. Unfortunately, once again, you're gonna have to choose because they're not gonna give you an extra acorn and an extra, oh no, I forgot the name of the fruit. Durian, an extra durian to make this happen. So, you know, once again, you're SOL on that. Anyway, that's it for these two. Let's take a look at the Baron figure. Now, this is the one where the blog wanted to note that, hey, if you've noticed, the weapons are quite a bit different than when we saw them in the accessory pack for Chronicle Gaim 3. And that's because, well, we're going premium now, and the black shaft is now black instead of the brown that it was before. It's got a little bit of silver. It's got some really nice orange. I really appreciate the look of this thing. But that does not extend to Kiwi's sword circle things I keep forgetting the name of. But honestly, how can you expect me to know the name of this thing? Anyway, I believe that is it for this set. Yep. So, guys, that is it for these guys. This retails for, I believe, 5,800 yen on Premium Bandai Japan. The link will be in the description down below. With tax, it'll be 6,280 yen, I believe, for each of those. So, you know, double that price if you are going with a middleman service, or you can get them through Tokullectibles like I did. Plenty of us were able to hop on the early bird price, which was $88, and once again, that was for both of them. But it does retail now for $93, which is admittedly pretty steep, but, you know, it's free shipping and all that stuff. Unfortunately, or fortunately, immediately after after Tokullectibles released that they were doing this, Team Kamen Rider said about a day after these went up, that they would be handling those sets. And it seems like across the board, no amount of communication happened between Team Kamen Rider and Tokullectibles on this. I mean, this is just speculation on my end, but unfortunately, their Premium Bandai release, like the Premium Bandai US release, was not timed with Tokullectibles putting theirs up. So that means that everyone who ordered from Tokullectibles had no idea that Team Kamen Rider was going to be supplying this, which is unfortunate because generally the Team Kamen Rider releases are going to be quite cheaper. I believe the initial Gold Power set, which was a while ago, and the very last time that they had done any sort of Soto figures, was $70 and $6 with shipping. So that is a pretty big difference between $93, and Team Kamen Rider could have saved us a little bit of that money had they released this information a lot earlier. And I recognize that it's not their fault. They have to wait on Bandai Japan to let them release things, so I get it. Unfortunately, the blame lands squarely on Bandai Japan for not letting them release this information, and just a few of us early adopters. I know Blade Raider, I know Chris Long of Long's Toys, Josh Perry, a lot of us just got, you know, screwed because we ordered early, and there was no precedent set that Team Kamen Rider would even consider this set. Now, I'm very happy that everyone is going to be able to get this at a better price, but once again, for the candy toy collectors, the early adopters, we're always getting left high and dry, and this is just another example of that. I hope that the support of this set with Team Kamen Rider will be enough for them to get the ball rolling in a good direction for candy toys. So please, if you haven't so far, if the $93 or $88 was too cost prohibitive, please keep your eyes on the premium Bandai one. I haven't seen it go up yet. They haven't really said anything, but I will let you know the moment that it goes up. And, you know, make sure you're following the Soto Pop Twitter just to get those updates. And it's just a really unfortunate situation all around. Anyway, also, I did want to note, big shout out to Tokullectibles, because they saw my plight. They saw the plight of everybody who pre-ordered early and said, hey, yeah, no, we totally understand what you're saying, and if anyone wants to cancel their orders, you know, probably in favor of the Team Kamen Rider orders, that you could reach out and cancel with him. That was a really cool thing of him to do. I very much appreciate it, even though it wasn't on Tokullectibles. It wasn't their fault that the timing of these announcements and the pre-orders just did not get coordinated. Like, it's not their fault, but they still are willing to shoulder it, willing to shoulder the cost for this. That's incredibly commendable. And shows a lot of great integrity from these guys. So if you can keep your pre-orders, I highly suggest you do. It's from Tokullectibles. They're really good people. But if you absolutely can't, and I understand, then you do have options, and that's really, really cool that they would even make that available to us. So mad props to them. Thank you, Tokullectibles. And I want to say, also, thank you to Team Kamen Rider, even though, you know, once again, it wasn't your fault that that information came out late, or, you know, it's not their fault, and they're doing their best. I'm sure, I understand that they're doing their best out there, so I really hope that the next time this comes around, we don't run into this situation again, and, man, I'm worried. Anyway, a more in-depth look at this information will be coming once the podcast goes up, I believe, next week. It'll be the latest one where we talk about this. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for sitting through my ramblings. I don't mean to call anybody out with this stuff. It's just really unfortunate how it all shook out for everybody involved here. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. All the links are in the description down below to the news that you can follow. Also, some links to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, and watching videos. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it. Hell yeah. Oh.